Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel TJ's Travel and Food. Wishing you all a very happy and prosperous New Year 2019. I'm just back from a vacation myself and I hope all of you had a very happy New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and also hoping that you have an awesome year ahead. So this New Year's, I went to Vijayawada, which also happens to be my hometown. And I got to taste such really good food there and also go to some interesting places. This video in particular is going to be about wedding food. I had the opportunity to attend an awesome wedding in Vijayawada. And so I'm going to bring you all the lovely food, the lip-smacking delicious food that you get to find in a Telugu wedding, right? So without further ado, let's get into the video and look up all the lovely dishes that you get to taste at a Telugu wedding. So let's begin with the very first meal of the day, that is the breakfast. Now at most places, breakfast is either served at the table, that is you are seated at these long dining tables, right? And people come and serve each item. But in this wedding, we had a buffet for breakfast also. Now, I personally prefer the buffet because you can choose what you want to eat and how much you want to eat, right? Which in my opinion, reduces food wastage, right? But coming back to the menu, this breakfast menu had the most important breakfast item in entire of South India, that is the idli. I personally feel that there is no breakfast plate or breakfast table that is complete without the idli. So you have the humble idli paired with the not so humble and crispy vada. Then you have the very tasty and soft and very, full of ghee, the pongal, right? This is the not a sweet pongal. This is the kattu pongal that we call in Telugu, right? So we have the idli, vada, pongal. So with these main items, next comes your chutneys and puris, which are the powders, right? Now, apart from these three savory items, there is one sweet item served. For this breakfast, the sweet item was dates or dry fruits halwa, right? The dry fruits halwa was full of all kinds of dry fruits. It had nuts, it had cashews, it had raisins, very rich and very delicious, right? Now, coming to the accompaniments for the savory items, you had two kinds of chutneys and one powder, right? The chutneys were again your coconut chutney, which I think is a universal chutney again, and paired with the coconut chutney was the ginger chutney, right? It's called alum chutney in Telugu, and it's basically, I think, a mix of ginger, some jaggery, some tamarind, right? Very spicy, very tangy, and completely delicious, right? If you're not a very chutney kind of a person, then of course you can choose the powder, the idli dosa powder, which again we call karapodi. This and the again indispensable or very much common and very popular sambar, right? So these are the accompaniments that go with your idli, vada, pongal, and the sweet dish. Now, idli always goes with a dash of ghee on top of it, right? So is the case with your powder or podi. Now, in this wedding, they also had what is called as your desi butter. Sorry, it's called venna in Telugu, and of course, it's called makhan. Yes, that's right. The desi makhan. They had freshly prepared makhan to go with the idlis, and I think that was very amazing. Something I have never seen at other weddings. So it was a big thumbs up for me. Awesome breakfast, healthy, and actually a balance of both healthy and unhealthy stuff, but completely delicious and a good start to the wedding. So after a very simple and filling breakfast, we are back for lunch. Now, of all the weddings I've been to, even my own wedding, lunch is always served, right? All the people are made to sit down and you have people who serve, generally people of the girl's family, and also the catering service, of course. It's not completely a single person's responsibility, so everybody just joins in and they serve, right? It's a very family, and lunch is usually more I would say private thing, right? Dinners are usually more busy and you have relatives as well as friends and colleagues coming over, so it's not very intimate, whereas lunch is always and usually an intimate affair. So it is essential that a lunch is not a buffet. It's always you are sitting down and people come and serve all the various dishes, right? And by default lunch is always on a banana leaf, right? So when in this case, in this marriage, The very first thing that you see when you sit down is the green, beautiful banana leaf. And on the banana leaf, one by one, all the items are served. It starts usually with the curries and dal. Next, you come to the snack items, right? The snack items are also called the pindi vantalu. The pindi vantalu are usually the sweet that is prepared. Again, something like a vada or a bhaji. In this wedding, the savory snack item served at lunch was the mirapakai bhaji or your chili pakoda, right? It's the fat green chili dipped in besan flour and deep fried. This is the chili pakoda. For sweet, you had buralu. Bura again is basically um, it's a preparation made with jaggery, chana dal. Now this paste is dipped into dosa batter and deep fried. Again, it's an explosion of flavors and very delicious, right? This was the sweet and savory snack item for lunch. Again, a sweet item was the Malpuri. Now, a Malpuri is a very interesting sweet. I've only tasted in Vijayawada or southern part to be more precise. Up north, we have the Malpua, which is very different from the Malpuri. The Malpuri is something that's stuffed inside with sweet khoya. The outer covering looks very much like a Malpua, but it's actually folded in half and a filling inside of khoya, sweet khoya, and it tastes very, very delicious, right? So this Malpuri is a very important sweet item I have come across in many Telugu weddings I've been to. And I'm sure it was in my wedding also, right? So the sweet items, these are the snack items. Coming next to the curries. Curries or kuralu are the most important again. Usually the popular choices for kuralu in Telugu wedding lunch is either bhindi or brinjal, right? Or you even go with stuff like, you know, raw banana, right? Now at this wedding, the curries were bhindi, right, bendakai, and panasapottu, which is jackfruit curry, right? Panasapottu with vadiyam, that is with your crisps, the papad inside the curry, right? That is jackfruit curry and bhindi curry, right? Both were bhindi curry was a fry, and the jackfruit curry is more like curry with tempering and all, right? So these are the two curries served, and dal. Dal was raw mango dal, right, or maudkai papu, right? This was the dal served. So this comes with the this finishes our curry and dal. Now apart from curry and dal, you also have some pickles, right? So pickle served is dosa avkai. Dosa avkai. Dosakai is a vegetable very similar to kheera. So this vegetable is used for making pickle or achar, which is called avkai, right? Now apart from this, again you have something as chutneys, right? Chutneys we had in breakfast. There are some chutneys which go very nice with rice, with plain white rice. So we had another chutney here at lunch. Unfortunately, I do not know what that chutney was. It was very tasty, but I did not know what it was. I'm guessing it's tomato and a mixture of some other vegetable. So that was a chutney served there. Now all the items were very good. A bit spicy, yes, but very tasty. You can never forget a lunch menu without papad. So of course you have the papad, then you have the vadi aloo again, like I said, which is accompanied to papad like vadiya, right? And we also have mirapakailu. This is the dried red chilies soaked in buttermilk, and again it's a deep fried, which are perfect for eating in dal, right? Now once all these are you spend up all of these, there are a few things which are not served on the leaf at the very beginning. These are rasam, sambar, and curd, right? So once you are done with the main course, all these dishes, next you have people who serve rasam, charu, and sambar, right? Now once you have done with all these, the very last thing that you should eat after every meal is the curd rice, right? So as you can see here, the last thing is the curd rice. You should wrap up your meal with a nice serving of curd rice, which will help in digestion, right? So that was how the lunch was at this wedding. So after you have finished your lunch, there was also an option of ice cream. Now ice cream was not served on the table. It was on a separate table so that people, only those who want to eat ice cream can eat it, right? It was tutti frutti ice cream for lunch and pan, right? We now come to the last and also the most popular part of any wedding, be it South Indian or North Indian, it's the dinner buffet, right? Now there was a time I'm sure even Telugu weddings had a proper sit down and intimate event for dinner. But of late, even my own wedding, again, like I'm telling you, dinners are now a buffet because dinner is now a mixture of South Indian food items and North Indian food items, right? Making it kind of, pan Indian cuisine, and also some items like Manchurian and some chaat items. So basically, dinner is that one time of the day at a wedding when you have a lavish menu, a big menu, and lots of tasty food to go with it, right? So the dinner menu here, again, for the North Indian dishes was, there was a starter actually, corn samosa with ketchup. Then you had gajar ka halwa as the sweet dish. That was again served with the main course dishes, right? So samosa, gajar ka halwa, you had stuffed paratha. This was really small sized parathas mixed with stuffed parathas. Then there was paneer korma to go with the parathas. And then you had pulao, low spice. It was not spicy at all. The low spice pulao, raita, right? These were the North Indian cuisine part of the dinner. Again, you had your usual South Indian food, which is plain white rice. You have some powder to go with the rice. The powder in this place is kandi puri, which is tur dal powder, which is again you have slightly spiced powder, which goes very well in white rice, right? Then you have an array of pickles, like I mentioned. You have avakai, you have gongura. Gongura is a very special leaf only found in Andhra, I think. So gongura pickle is also very tasty. It's slightly tangy, spicy, and awesome accompaniment for white rice. So you had an array of pickles, avakai, gongura, the kandipodi, like I mentioned. Then you had bagara bangan. Bagara bangan is basically a brinjal curry, which is in a gravy, a white gravy, which is made of til, white till, groundnuts, onion, and I think garlic, right? So a few items I can remember. That's Bagara Bengan, a very famous curry, I think both Hyderabad, Telangana and Andhra. So you had Bagara Bengan, you had a dal, sambar again, and pappers, again, like I said, the papad, you had the crisp fryings to go with the rice, and again curd. You can never ever have a Telugu meal without curd on the side, be it dinner, lunch, right? So these were the basic main course items for dinner. I personally always like the North Indian items, so I'm always waiting to fill my plate with the roti and the sabzi, right? I don't even like the fried rice very much. Usually, this place, it was not spicy. It was good for my taste, so I definitely had the rice also. But usually, you always see me getting the breads, that is the roti, naan, or whatever rotis I offer, and the curry that goes with it. In this case, it was paneer, my favorite. I love paneer, right? So we had done the main course. Now we come to the desserts. Now, desserts again were a separate section outside of the main dining hall. The dessert section had fresh fruits. You had a bowl of fresh fruits, which included your apple, papaya, and the seasonal fruits, right? A very healthy option if you do not want to add up on the calories. But if you are in the mood for having some little celebration because it's a wedding after all, then we had an offer gulab jamun and ice cream. This was a combination. You could have vanilla ice cream with gulab jamun, or you could also have them separately. This was the second dessert counter. And for those who love pan, they had a special meetha pan on display, and the person there was very, he was deftly wrapping it up for you and just offering it to you. I am not a pan person at all, unfortunately, so I did not eat this pan. I just clicked it for you guys so you can have a good look at it. So that brings us to the end of this very delicious, tasty wedding food or Pelli Bhojanam video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, then please do give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the food. I hope you enjoyed my description of the food. And if you did, then do share this video with your friends, the Telugu friends, your non-Telugu friends, so that they get to know how it is at a Telugu wedding, right? Now, as you can make out, this was a vegetarian wedding. We only had vegetarian items on display, and I personally think that vegetarian food is as good as all other cuisines in the world. That's just my personal preference. So if you did like this video, then please share this with your friends, family, everybody.